Hey guys, this is Cadma here from Bitten Apple TV. We are down here at the Brooklyn Horror Film Festival. We're here to get scared. We're checking out a lot of different films. We're checking out Cold Hell. We're checking out Joe Lynch, his movie Mayhem. It's going to be a blast this entire weekend. I'm very psyched and very thrilled to actually be here and be here as officially press. I'm such a dork, I know. But yes, I also would like to say thank you to Bruno to allowing us to come here. I'm really, really grateful for that. And I'm having a phenomenal time. Thank you guys so much, and be sure to stay tuned. In the meantime, click that button down there to subscribe, and let's get a little scared. Bye. Hey guys, this is Cadma here from Bitten Apple TV. We are here at the Brooklyn Horror Film Festival. Now we're going to take a second to go beyond the gates and peek into the mind's eye of Graham Skipper, who's an actor as well as a director, and we're here to watch Sequence Break. Now for those who are watching, they're like, what's Sequence Break? How would you sum that up for these lovely viewers?
Sequence Break is a trip down the rabbit hole of a young man that fixes video arcade repair machines for a living, falls in love with a lovely young lady, and then encounters a sentient arcade machine that wants to seduce him to go into the dark side. And it's the weird, head-trippy Cronenbergian hallucinations that come with that.
I have to ask you now, were there any video games in your life that sort of seduced you to go to the dark side?
A lot of them. Yeah, you know, it's funny, one of the major influences on this movie was a classic game that, I don't know why, it always freaked me out, but it always did, and it's called Tempest. It's a classic arcade machine from the 80s. I always loved it, and for whatever reason, you know, maybe it was the Stark soundtrack or the you know, black void that the whole thing takes place in, but it always really freaked me out. So, yeah.
Well, now we know who to thank for this incredible movie. So when it comes to like horror films yourself, like in regards to horror genre, whether it's a director or a movie itself, what would you consider to be your biggest inspiration that kind of follows along, like you kind of take a little bit of what they do and you put it into your own work?
It's a good question. I mean, I've always been a lover of horror. I think for Sequence Break specifically, the films of David Cronenberg are obviously my biggest influence. I think that body horror is a subgenre of horror that not a lot of people dip into. Large reason to that is because Cronenberg is the undisputed master of it. But I've just always been really inspired by how he's able to take something that is, you know, essentially metaphor and turn it into something tactile and real and dangerous. That is, and you know, that's what inspired me to make Sequence Break a body horror film.
Now we know where his inspiration is coming. Of course, I know nobody can touch on that. Also, I completely agree with you. Do you have any other projects that are coming up, whether it's acting or directing wise, that you're allowed to speak up? I know how that rule goes.
There's some that I can't really talk about. I'm definitely trying to get some other directing projects off the ground. I'm in a film right now. It's called Downrange, directed by Ryuhei Kitamura, who directed The Midnight Meat Train and Versus, and that's making the festival circuit right now. And I'm really proud of that movie and excited to have been a part of it. And yeah, then I'm just trying to get some more stuff going and still on the festival circuit with Sequence Break, and hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of us soon.
I'm pretty sure we will, because I really want to kind of go in there, because I do have that relation to when it comes to video games seducing me to the dark side. I think the worst game that I loved the most was a recent game, and it was actually Oblivion, The Elder Scrolls. And my best friend was so angry, like she came and kicked the door down. I was like, "Where have you been? It's been a month." And I'm like, "I don't you understand? I have to close down the gates of Oblivion. Like it's just,
like it's been a month."
I'm like, "You don't understand."
my wife has gone through the same thing. It's like, what are you out here doing at 3 in the morning? I'm like, I'm playing Final Fantasy VI. Haven't you played that? Yeah, but only 4 times.
That's not enough time. I completely get you on that. Glad you're a Final Fantasy person too.
Oh yeah.
So for those who are looking, they want to kind of keep in touch with you, see what's going on, and see what you're doing up later. Where can they go find you?
Find me on Twitter at Graham Skipper. Graham like Graham Cracker. Skipper like I don't know Gilligan's Island. Yeah, and then Sequence Break. You'll be seeing it. I'm not sure exactly the date yet, but on the streaming service Shudder, which is awesome. And if you're not on Shudder yet, you should be. I've been a customer for 3 years, so the fact that we're going to be on it is like super exciting. So yeah, that's where you can find me and come say hi. You know, come check out the movie.
You guys check out the movie, follow Graham and the skipper like Gilligan's. And then we'll see you later. Bye.